Hello viewers of Kritika's Vision. Thank you for subscribing and being a part of my channel. Okay, so today we will discuss economic reforms and the civil liberties which are safeguarded and which were asked as reforms by the Indian nationalists who were part of Congress at that time, known as moderates, to the Britishers. So to discuss the economic reforms, what moderates asked for was that the reduction should be there in land revenue and the protection of peasants against unjust demands of the zamindar. So it's not that the land revenue should be fixed, it should be variable and according to the feasibility of the local peasants and not of the zamindars. They shouldn't be exploited in the terms of asking for revenue. Then given cheap credit to the peasants whenever they need it from the agricultural bank so that they can use that credit for enhancing their farming techniques. Then total abolition of salt tax and duty on sugar, because salt and sugar are two very basic commodities which every household from poor to rich in India they like and they need it. So if taxes are given on that reform, then there will be very less people who will be able to access those things. So abolition of salt and sugar duty, industrial growth through trade protection should be done, heavy tax should be imposed on imported goods, reduction in expenditure on the army and the money thus saved to be spent on social services more than on armed forces and warfare. Okay, then safeguarding the civil liberties. Number one, early congressmen opposed both tooth and nail the suppression of freedom of speech and expression. So they wanted that this freedom of speech and expression should be given to everyone because it's a fundamental, kind of a fundamental right, human right, and which is important for the enhancement of one's personality. Then they were also demanding that the freedom to form association should be given to people. This right to form association, from assembly coming together, discussing things, this much independent they should be getting. The Congress also believed that if suppression of free press is done, that is, press is not given that freedom that they can publish whatever they want, they can criticize the policies, they can show up what is going on in the government in terms of how the government is working. This shouldn't be under any pressure. So press should be made free. So because it's not that press is provocating sedition against the British government, rather if it will be doing like suppression of press would rather lead to rebellion from Indian side. So because of this, all these things should be done. These were the demands of early Congress for the safeguarding of civil liberties. So in this lecture, we discussed the economic reforms and the safeguarding of civil liberties of Indians. These were the two kinds of demands or reforms, you can say, objectives, which early nationalists kept in front of the Britishers. So in this series, we are doing these two reforms. Please go through it nicely. If any questions, do comment in the comment box and do subscribe us.